Tori and Zach Roloff are purchasing a new farm. The cost of this farm was $3 million. Additionally, Tori Roloff talks candidly about her desire for a stomach tuck. Little people, big world. Alum Tori Roloff was disappointed that her illness prevented her from hosting Thanksgiving. I'll tell you all about it. Some people dare to believe that they can risk everything and start again in a world where goals sometimes appear unattainable. We watched the Roloff family narrative play out on the popular television program Little People for years. Big world, the heartache, the conflicts, the celebrations, the grief, and most importantly, the famous Roloff farm that developed into a character in and of itself. However, what happens if you try to create something completely different after leaving behind all you've ever known and the only house you've ever called home? This is the tale of Zach and Tori Roloff's greatest faith testing to date. A new farm, a new legacy, a fresh start, and a $3 million dream. Prepare yourself because this is the most authentic adventure you will ever experience. The Roloff family has been followed by people worldwide for almost 20 years. In Hillsboro, Oregon, the first Roloff Farms was more than just a company. It served as a place of residence, a meeting spot, and a representation of tenacity and solidarity. However, Zach and Tori made the tough choice to move on following years of ups and downs, negotiations, and family arguments. It marked the end of an era for supporters. For Tori and Zach, it was only the start. To be honest, leaving was one of the hardest things we've ever done, but we wanted to create our own story, our own place for our kids, Tori recalls. We had so many memories there. Zach and Tori started their hunt with a heavy heart but a determined attitude. It wasn't simple. It was a hot market. They understood that nothing could ever fully replace the original Roloff farms, so they had few options. We wanted a lot of land, Satcheloff says. We wanted a home where we could host guests, grow our own food, let our kids run free, and perhaps even reenact some of the magic we had as children. Weeks became months, and days became weeks. The dream began to seem unattainable. Every time they believed they had discovered the one, something went wrong, and the prices were exorbitant. Then, however, everything was different. A property that looked almost too beautiful to be true was listed in early 2025. Stables, gardens, a private pond, a historic farmhouse, and 40 acres of verdant pastures. It was the sort of home where they could envision themselves in their latter years, where their kids could make up their own stories. I literally started crying the first time we drove up, Tori says. It was just like home. It was quiet. It was lovely. After glancing at me, Zach simply stated, "This is it." There was a catch, though. The cost. $3 million. Both the risk and the investment were enormous. A $3 million property would be unthinkable for most families. However, this was much more than just money for Zach and Tori. This was about establishing a safe haven, leaving a legacy for their children, and carrying on the Roloff heritage of having high dreams. It was frightening, Zach Roloff admits. Each night we discussed it. Is it worthwhile? Can we actually accomplish this? However, we ultimately came to the realization that you only have one life to live and that you must pursue your goals. We wanted to demonstrate to our children, Tori, that anything is achievable with perseverance and self-belief. Zach and Tori made the call with the support of friends and family. They made a proposal. The waiting game followed. Tori responds, "I don't think I've ever been so nervous in my life." Days went by. Then they were on the verge of despair. The phone rang. Zach. They agreed to our offer. I have no words to express how that felt. We let out a yell. We shed tears. The children were bouncing around. It was authentic. The Roloffs moved to a new farm and a new home. Their new reality was the $3 million risk. It was difficult to say goodbye to their former home. Family pictures, old toys, cartons, and other memories were all over the place. However, there was also excitement and optimism that something extraordinary was in store. We knew we were going somewhere great, but it felt like we were leaving a piece of ourselves behind, according to Tori. The journey started when they eventually reached their new farm. The land was a veritable gold mine of discoveries from the very first day. The children discovered trees that were ideal for climbing, hidden trails, and ponds to splash in. Zach began envisioning projects right once, including a pumpkin patch, new fencing, and possibly even a zip line. Every day we discover something new, explains Tori. It's similar to living in a novel. However, the true journey was only getting started. The property needed attention, the barns required repairs, and the home needed restorations. Purchasing the farm was only the beginning. It would take everything they owned to turn it into a house. A great deal of patience, money, and time. Zach, we want to make this home uniquely ours while also paying homage to its past. Budgeting and planning have been difficult at times, and we occasionally feel overburdened, but every day we wake up feeling really thankful, Tori. The Roloffs became closer than ever amid all the confusion. Each project turned into a family endeavor. Every obstacle served as a team-building exercise. The historic Roloff Farms was well known for its fabled family customs and pumpkin season. Tori and Zach now had the opportunity to launch their own. We hope that one day, Zach, our children will look back and think, wow, we had the best childhood. We're already organizing our first fall festival, Tori, and the children can't wait. Friends, family, and of course, fans quickly learned of the Roloff significant shift. Congratulatory messages flooded in, but so did inquiries. Was that the right thing to do? Was the risk worthwhile? We've had a ton of support, Tori. People are cheering us on. That is crucial. However, fame also brings scrutiny. Some questioned whether the $3 million price tag was excessive. Some made comparisons between the new and ancient farms. Zach. Though viewpoints will always exist, this is ultimately our journey. Zach and Tori have no regrets in retrospect. They followed their hearts, took a risk, and built a home where their family can prosper. Of course, Tori, we miss the old farm, but this is home now. We feel incredibly fortunate to be doing something unique. It's not only about the house or the property, Zach. The life we're building together is the main focus. This is not the end of the narrative. It's really just getting started. Zach and Tori are more eager than ever for the future since they have 40 acres to explore, projects to complete, and memories to create. We have so many plans, Tori. Zach, gardens, animals, and perhaps even hosting events in the future. I'm eager to see what the upcoming chapter will bring. Ultimately, this is more than just a tale of a $3 million farm. It's a tale of family, risk, love, and having the guts to start afresh. We all learned from Zach and Tori Roloff that sometimes embracing the future requires letting go of the past. I hope your new farm is full of adventure, fun, and limitless dreams, Zach, Tori, and their lovely family. And to everyone watching, may we never forget that we can always pursue our own goals. How do you feel about Tori and Zach's bold move? Would you ever put your family at such a high risk? Tell us in the comments section below. Additional updates. Little people, big world. Alum Tori Roloff gave a thumbs up. After being ill, she was unable to host Thanksgiving. How disappointed. Due to her illness, Tori Roloff, star of Little People, Big World, was unable to entertain her family for Thanksgiving meal. On Thursday, November 24th, the 31-year-old TV personality shared on Instagram that Thanksgiving this year wasn't what she had hoped for. I fell ill yesterday and haven't left my bed since. My family and I had planned to have Thanksgiving dinner at our place, but we had to postpone it. I've been trying so hard not to get emotional about it, because today is about being thankful, she continued, especially because this is Joa's first Thanksgiving. I am thankful for a lot of things, even when it isn't perfect. Despite the less than ideal situation, Tori sent updates about her mental status throughout the day and thanked her family, especially her husband, Zach Laff. I am so grateful to my family this year. I've benefited greatly from Zach Roloff. On Thursday night, she said, he's been really attentive to us over the past 2 days. In order for our children to spend time with family, he also made sure they had a traditional Thanksgiving dinner with my in-laws. Because he prioritizes others before himself, Zach has been quite outstanding this year, and I'm very proud of him. They married 31-year-old Zach and 31-year-old Tori in 2015. The couple has 3 children, Layla, a 2-year-old daughter, Jackson, a 4-year-old son, and Joa, a son born in April. In March 2021, the reality stars announced their miscarriage. "Honestly, I've never been so lost in the description of an Instagram photo of the moment," the photographer commented. "Never in my life have I felt so depressed, angry, and afraid all at once. When I learned of the death of our beloved angel daughter, nothing could have prepared me. There were no signals in my mind that she was dead." The couple revealed their pregnancy in November 2021, and the following year, their third kid was born. Tori wanted to let her fans know about some fantastic news. She therefore did just that on Instagram. "We are so grateful to God that baby Roloff will be joining us this spring." Continue reading to find out how Tori, Zach, and their family spent Thanksgiving. Tori Roloff talks candidly about wanting a stomach tuck. Tori Roloff's podcast, The Raising Heights, has provided a wealth of information about her personal life. She has been putting a lot of effort into her weight loss efforts lately. The Little People Big World actress's body underwent significant alterations following a miscarriage and the birth of 3 children. Tori tried a number of times after getting pregnant to naturally return to her previous form, but she occasionally encountered many difficult obstacles. Tori's look has altered significantly over the last few months, according to LPBW fans. Has shed a considerable amount of weight and appears considerably thinner now. In the past, finishing a half marathon was a significant achievement for her. TLC viewers are pleased with her progress toward her objectives. It was recently revealed that Tori wanted her stomach tucked in. Tori Roloff, the star of LPBW, isn't scared to try anything different. She is adamant that her motherhood obligations won't stop her from living life to the fullest. Zach Roloff has been quite supportive, which is fortunate for his wife. The couple from Little People, Big World maintains their romance while dividing up the parental duties equally. All 3 of Tori's children were born after a difficult labor and delivery. She nearly chose not to have any more children after everything that transpired after Joa was born. The TLC actress has numerous obstacles to overcome in her attempt to regain her ideal body. It appears like Tori was preparing to get her belly button tucked in. Recently, she discussed her goal on the Rising Heights podcast. She was grateful every day for the experience of carrying a human inside Roloff's body, but she detested having to watch every single thing on national television. She claimed that witnessing her loved ones return to normal so rapidly after giving birth was the most challenging part. The TLC star disclosed that during her pregnancy, she had diastasis recti, a stretch-induced separation of the abdominal muscles. Tori kept talking about how she constantly looked like she was 4 months pregnant because of her illness. In the end, her trainer recommended surgery because she had no other choice. Tori was serious when she and her husband discussed getting a stomach tuck. She was also tired of being confined to her own body and had lost all confidence. As fans of LPBW are well aware, Tori never underwent surgery. She only recently revealed how Zach inspired her to resume her exercise routine. If she preferred not to have surgery, he wanted to know if she had done all possible to avoid it. Tori acknowledges that she didn't give it her all and accepted the outcome due to the offensive comments. Because of this, she decided to put off the operation and focus on becoming in shape instead. The TLC celebrity also discovered the difficult healing process following a stomach tuck. Tori could see she was not emotionally ready for that. She also gained confidence and felt fantastic about her body after completing the half marathon. Not today. What are your thoughts on today's gossip? To receive more updates like this, please leave a comment below and subscribe to our channel.